what this is talking about is new development, not anything that's existing, like Mr. Clacken is talking about. It's not the existing lots, it's just when we have a new development, whether it's a residential development, a commercial development, and they're bringing their site plan to us. We want them to identify the trees, where they're at on the existing piece of land, and especially the ones of significant size.
Some clarification for me. So if it's a certain diameter, you can't cut it down, right?
We want you to identify it, and then when you're doing your site plan, tell us how are you going to protect it or preserve it. And basically just letting us be aware so that you're not going in there and just cutting everything down, clearing it out, clear cut and grub it, and then you're going in there and plant trees later. We want to know where these trees are located and how you're going to work them into your site plan. We don't want you to cut down these 50-inch diameter trees and plant 4-inch ones. How can we work around it? How can we make some, if it's impossible for them to work around it, then they're going to have to figure out how they're going to replace it. How they're going to dig that up and put it somewhere else, like if you've seen it in Austin, how they do that, in San Marcos the same way. If that's not possible, how are they going to replace the diameter? So if they're going to have to cut a 50-inch diameter tree, we want 50 inches of trees somewhere else on the property. If we can't put 50 inches of trees somewhere else on that property, we got parks that we can put 50 inches of trees in. We don't want to lose anything. We want to preserve and protect those trees.
And I'm just talking about, over here in the east side, there's no issue.
Right, agreed.
But over here, then you're putting an extra restriction on the contract.
Not a restriction, we're putting an awareness. And so they need to be aware, just like you need to be aware, that these trees exist.
It would probably happen anyway, is my gut. But this would certainly be an encouragement.
One thing too is that we've gotten a lot of concern from citizens about the burden that this would place on property owners.
I have an education degree in science. I was a science teacher, so I have a little bit of knowledge in trees.
I feel that the intentions of this are right, and it's not as nearly as restrictive as I thought it might be. However, to that end, something I cannot do with any good conscience is tell a homeowner what he can and cannot do with his tree. Yes, it affects all of us to some degree. I agree with that. And if we want to try and make sure we're educating our citizens, through things like Earth Day and things like that. Maybe this council may even be interested in purchasing those trees for our parks. Anything on any level that tells a homeowner, or in this case, we're mostly discussing property owners, not really homeowners. Still, I would not be willing to, in any event, tell them what to do with their trees.
I agree with you. I don't want somebody telling me how to manage my trees in my yard. But the lot behind me, if it ever developed, I would wanna make sure that somebody protects the trees that are back there.
I just wanted to bring up that, I brought up this subject at my town hall meeting, and, I only had about 12 folks at the town hall meeting, but, obviously I didn't have specifics at the town hall meeting. I just let the people know that a tree ordinance had been proposed and that city staff was working on one. Of course, they had a million questions for me, which I couldn't answer, obviously, because we had nothing in writing yet. But, the general consensus out of the 12 people, one person was neutral on having a tree ordinance and everybody else was opposed to it. I think that the general consensus at the town hall meeting was that people felt like their own individual property rights were being trampled on by an ordinance like this. People were also asking me if I knew, and this might be more of a question for you, Carrie, if there's some sort of history of developers just mowing trees down. Obviously, I'm not aware of anything like that happening. I just feel like, at least in my district, the citizens are opposed to this, which would make it very difficult for me to vote for any type of ordinance.
I am very concerned that taxpayers are already paying, taxes on their property, and they should have the right to do as they please with their property without any permits from the city.
When you come to get your building permit, tell us where those trees are. And then when we see your footprint, we're gonna ask you, is there any way of moving your house 2 feet this way, 4 feet back that way, where you can preserve those trees?
So theoretically, we had a situation where we had, piece of lot with 80% trees, and that could, there is a possibility that when it does come to city council.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut them down.
The city council says, well, you can't build your house, and that potentially could happen, right? That's a possibility.
That would be a question of city council.